Hello, beer troopers, and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the Master of Hoppets, today joined by
Tobias, Major of Macros.
Oh yes, and today we're going to be checking out another beer from Mikkeller, San Diego. These guys are slaying the barrel game. Wow, I'm just going to do it like that for a sec. I think that, they've just gotten better and better and better at barrel-aged beer.
That's for sure.
We recently, or earlier this year, did Vanilla Shake, and you had that this weekend.
Yeah.
Which
Saturday.
was a throwback really to first batch, second batch Vanilla Shake when it was released in Europe. Amazing.
And that's crazy good.
Yeah. So this is one we got which sounded fun because all of us love these Mexican-inspired Imperial stouts. Not pastry crazy fake, but these Imperial stouts with real cocoa nibs and vanilla and cinnamon coffee, spices, some chili, stuff like that. It's nice. It's just like palate fatiguing flavorings that's poured in. To the beers, think of Abraxas or Mexican cake, or
there's a higher chance that it's the real deal.
Yeah, and think of Hunapoo. But this is the Mikkeller San Diego barrel-aged Mexican Mocha Shake. This has been aged in 10-year-old Heaven Hill bourbon whiskey barrels, and it's 14.5% and conditioned on habanero peppers, cocoa nibs, nutmeg, cinnamon, and coffee. Yeah, that's a great combo. And it's the fun things, like they got the Danish things on here too, because they're gonna be released here. So even though it's brewed in San Diego, it says like it's brewed with water, barley malt, sweets, and then everything also in Denmark. But interesting, nutmeg. You don't see that too often.
I was just about to say that I'm a little bit like.
Yeah, but it's only 0.1%. So.
Yeah, okay, it's not much. But I think nutmeg. Nutmeg can sometimes be a bit overpowering.
But you use that in I guess, like a Mexican coffee, hot chocolate, or whatever. Like often these are inspired by Mexican hot chocolates, which is spiced up like this. But hey, let's check it out. I'm really excited about this. So, pours a nice black color like you want, white black, and a very nice tan head, dark head. Yeah. And as Brett was saying, he's off camera, but said he could smell the bourbon from there. When I was pouring this, I could smell the bourbon already. So let's dive in and smell it. Wow, loads of bourbon, but loads of chocolate. Yeah. So much chocolate. It smells so good. It really, like freshly roasted cocoa nibs, like used in baking or baker's chocolate. Yeah. Like that, not really sweet milk chocolate, but not also really dark chocolate, like what you often use for baker's chocolate for baking.
But just to use the term I apparently coined on this channel, it's bourbon candy.
Yeah. But also really woody and really like cherry oaky. And I think that's because it's maybe old barrels or maybe just heavily charred barrels. I don't know, Heaven Hill 10-year bourbon, what they do to that. But it's got some great aroma. Underneath, there's a hint of the cinnamon, just a little waft. I don't know about the nutmeg per se, to be honest.
No.
And there is a fruitiness of a habanero, but it's like just for a split second and it's gone. The biggest flavor is chocolate, and this is almost, to me, it smells like the level of vanilla shake had. Just this has that in just chocolate or cocoa nibs.
Yeah, maybe a bit bigger barrel. More barrel complexity.
Yeah.
And then also
you said you get the like a fruitiness from the habanero. I think to me it's more like a coffee fruitiness. I'm not getting.
That could also be that, but the fun thing is like. Coffee can often go into a little bit of a bell pepper chili-esque flavor, like the fruitiness of chili and the fruitiness of that's a similar thing, and it can go into both ways. So it could be either or really, but it smells great. Everything we've smelled lately from these guys, I think this is just where Mikkeller is nailing barrel-aged stouts. That's Mikkeller San Diego. Yeah. What they put out at Warpig, some of it's been pretty good. Some of it's been decent, but. The top tier level so far has been San Diego, and it smells like this is going to be too. So let's give it a taste. Cheers. So chocolatey. Wow, really big hit of coffee. It's almost like those chocolate-covered coffee beans.
Yeah. And then like a slight.
So much coffee after.
Wow, it's like a green pepper thing. Yeah. Running in the aftertaste.
It's the fun thing is like it's so different from quite well known Mexican coffee stouts already because it's not got like that big heft of cinnamon as you get in a lot of them. It's just more subtle. It's more chocolate. Maybe, to be honest, Teotihuacan barrel aged. It's on similar to something like that, but less chocolate. because that had even more chocolate in this.
Yeah.
But this has loads of coffee too.
Yeah.
Like again, chocolate coated coffee beans.
Mostly coffee and chocolate and barrel
loads of barrel heads. And it's like really charry bourbon. Like I have Woodford Reserve Double Oak right now, and I'm just starting to try some bourbon. But I'm not gonna go as nuts into it. But it's gonna be like I think once a bottle is done, I might buy another one or something like that. But I can see a similar thing because that is like first fill, the regular char, whatever, I can't remember what level of char it is, but a regular charred barrel you use for bourbon. And after that, a heavily charred barrel, just to get some extra complexity. And it has like that heavy char, caramelly, burnt woody kind of thing, this too. And maybe barrel age, or the age of the barrels, the Heaven Hill barrels, if it's racked into different barrels, or if it's in the same barrels for 10 years, I don't know, but... Lots of nice, and it's, as you said, like candy bourbon, but with a very nice edge of char. But I think charness is also maybe some roasted malts. And
char and coffee, and I'm also like getting a generic spiciness. It's not going all the way like none of the spices in this one are like running away from the others. It's like just generic rounded spiciness.
It's really
balancing spiciness rather than like spices in your face.
Yeah. And I think it's really nice that it has some of that char to combat all the chocolate.
Yeah.
But in terms of spice, I think it's maybe more generic spice, but I think I do taste like cinnamony vibes. Nutmeg, to be honest, I don't really see it in there. And there is
the same with the chilies also blend into this coffee thing.
But there's a warmth for sure of a chili without it being too much.
And then a slight prickle on the tongue in the aftertaste, maybe also from the chilies.
I'll say OG Abraxas, some of the like 16 plus, 2016, 17, 18, wasn't that our favorites? Or was it 18 where it started to change?
17 Abraxas were really fucking dope.
I think I might like them just a little bit more than this, even though they're non-barrel aged, just because they had so much more depth to them than this. There's a lot of depth still, but they just had that slight edge.
But also very, very thick.
Yeah, very thick and thicker than this. But it's also been in a barrel. I never tried. Well, maybe we actually did. We try barrel aged Abraxas? No, it was barrel aged.
I've had them but never barrel aged Abraxas.
But I think this is just world class barrel aged Mexican coffee stout, but. Yeah, I haven't had something like Ambiente, a barrel-aged Ambiente from Shared, from Side Project, which I think a lot of people compare to OG Abraxas from Corey, who was still doing a lot of the perennial stuff. But I'm still going to go 95. I think it's 4.5 on Untapped. World-class, just entry-level world-class barrel-aged Mexican strong coffee stout. But not the best Mexican coffee stout I've had this year. Yeah, we're shooting this in 2020, but you might see this in 2021. But the best is still... Teotihuacan barrel-aged, Bocas Bourbon barrel-aged we had from Barrel Souls. But yeah, 95. Great.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it at 96. I really find that the mixture between the chocolate, the coffee, and the spices, and then it blends very well together with the wood. It's like a super good overall experience of the beer.
It's one of the most balanced, like Mexican style.
Yeah, because it's not taken off in any direction. It's very
super well balanced. I wonder how the base was when it was fresh, or if they spiced it after barrel aging, or what they did.
I think it's a half year old, this bottle.
Okay, so it might have been even more intense on everything a half year ago, but still world class stuff. What do you think, Brett? If you want to challenge?
96. Yeah,
it's early world class Mexican coffee stout. So. If you guys were lucky enough, do they still have it at the Mikkeller web shop? No. Well, if you were lucky enough to get some of Mikkeller San Diego's Mexican Mocha Shake, let us know what you thought of it. This was amazing. It's so great that we see these releases in Europe. That's all we got to say. So if you had it, let us know. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, check the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Ring the bell for future notifications about videos and work on the site. Cheers! And delicious Mexican-inspired Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels, and see you guys in another video.